Welcome to Cinephiles TV. This week, we're going to go into Oblivion. I know I'm oblivious, but we're going to hear it right from the people that saw the movie. Check it out.
60 years ago, Earth was attacked. Nothing human remains.
Whatever you find down there, please don't bring it home.
I don't think they were trying to kill me. I think they were trying to catch me. You won't believe what's down there.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Cinephiles TV Review. I'm Totsky.
I'm Tito.
I'm Steve.
I'm Meshcake.
We're talking Oblivion.
Now, before
And I'm oblivious to Oblivion.
It's true. Wait, I have news. I've seen this one.
So we're on a little bit of a gambit tonight because those two have seen it.
The divide is here, my friend.
And us two have not. But
We're going to play a game.
we're gonna play a game.
Tickets are we saw it first.
I've been
agree.
seeing a trend lately in movies about the fucking end of the world this year. We've got After Earth. We've got Oblivion, obviously. What's the other one? There's Elysium.
Oh, yeah.
There's another one. I'm just trying to remember what it is. There's a couple of they're all sci-fi-ish, post-war, post-end of the world stuff.
Okay, there's always tons of those every year. I'm surprised
World
Roland
Wars.
Emmerich
But it
isn't
just
making
seems
this
like
one.
World War Z.
World War Z is another one.
Yeah.
He's looking good.
But it's all about like post-end of the world type shit, right? Like it's not about the end of the world. It's about, and I think it all has to do with that 2012 shit,
yeah,
right?
2012 happened.
And it's
Why
like,
are
oh, I
they
guess
gonna
we'll make
movies
these scripts
about
now.
I honestly I don't see
Oh,
it as
shit,
an
the world
uptrend.
didn't
I see it like as
Carry
it's
on,
the same
keep going.
plateau. There's been so
It
many.
just feels like there's just so
like
many
The
of them coming
Road
out.
came out not that long ago. What
Yeah.
was the one
Yeah.
with a Book of Eli? Like,
Yeah, it's true.
There's been a lot in the recent years.
What's that one with Will Smith?
Oh yeah,
After Earth.
I Am Legend.
I Am
the
Legend.
Mega Man
Legend, yeah.
Yeah,
remake.
which I have my own thoughts on that.
But
one.
the challenge is
Welcome to I Am Legend and Cinephiles.
apparently the challenge though is that we want to know if you can predict what happens in the movie.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is gonna be
actually,
fun.
and I've got my theory, and it's actually based on the fact that I'm pretty sure studios are basically now going, I like this part from this movie, this part from this movie, this part from this movie, and we'll conglomerate and we'll put fucking Jack Reacher in it.
Yeah. X
So
plus
between
Y
so
plus
between me and you, let's see if we can put together Oblivion, just
I agree.
based on.
Okay, I mean, do we want to do that before we get into the thoughts? Because technically, it's just you two that are going to put real thought into it. So, okay, so
let's just have a
let me start with the trailer, right? So I watched the trailer, and sure enough, it shows the trailer. He's some sort of reconnaissance guy checking on Earth's levels after Earth has ended, technically. So we're in the future. They've got high tech. So already we're kind of like, okay, post-apocalyptic world type thing. He's wearing a nice clean uniform, and they're there supposed to be doing surveying or whatever. Then he runs into, I guess there was a war, and there were aliens, and they're the ones that destroyed Earth. But then he starts running into fucking Morgan Freeman on Earth.
Well, he's held captive at one point.
Hang on. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Morgan Freeman, and then Morgan Freeman's like, everything's not what you think it is.
You don't have your Visa card.
everything you know is a lie.
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right.
Oh, they
Theory
pulled
number
the
one.
Battlestar.
Theory number one. Tom Cruise is not the original Tom Cruise in this movie. He's probably a clone of some original Tom Cruise from the past. Number two, there probably aren't no fucking aliens because odds are that he's cloned by some superior, either evil humans or some other force that is actually the invading force. Because why the fuck else is he surveying Earth?
But wouldn't that force still be aliens?
But no, because if Morgan Freeman is alive and they're the ones living on Earth, because they look like they live on that Earth because they're all fucking dirty and shit, and they're like, oh, we're fucking trying to survive. Meanwhile, he's on his highfalutin palace. So my thought is, okay, so obviously Tom Cruise is a clone, and he's under the presumption that he's there to protect Earth, but I think he's working for the bad guys. So how close am I?
Don't answer. I want to hear what Todd has to say. You have no idea.
I've never even seen the trailer. That's why I watched the trailer once and I'm like,
Totally
really?
oblivious.
So you've
Really?
got two
This is-
theories.
it doesn't
Is that what you're
fucking-
saying?
No, I think
Are they the same
they're
theory?
one and the same. I think Tom Cruise is a clone working for the bad guys. And I think Morgan Freeman is actually the good guys, and they're like, we're fighting you, you asshole, because you're the evil clone. Is that it?
Pretty predictable.
Yes!
Wow, really?
All I needed
That's
to
not
know
everything, but
Bang the fuck on.
was Eon Flux was the dead
Well
giveaway. That's Eon Flux. And fucking, how many of these movies has Tom Cruise already been in? So
it's true. Honestly, like I was feeling that it was really predictable,
He
but
fights himself. It's awesome.
really, the 6 day elements in this now too. Remember when Schwarzenegger had to go against Schwarzenegger?
totally, yeah, a little bit like that.
I haven't thought about the 6th day in forever.
Think about it all the time.
Every day.
How do you know? He's not you and you're not him.
I know who I am.
I liked it. But according to
Okay, next up is Steve.
according to the 12-year-old bimbos in front of us, they're like, "Oh my god, I totally hated that ending." And I'm like, "Did you watch the movie? Like at all?" I'm like crying.
Okay. Yes, let it out. Have a good drive. Okay, that's enough.
So there's like this giant triangle in the sky, and it's full of clones of Tom Cruise and his co-pilot
The Tetra.
I feel like somewhere in
Victoria.
Hollywood they're like, what's better than one Tom Cruise? A billion Tom Cruise.
Yes, kaboom moon, right?
So is that what causes the end of the world?
Yeah, Tom Cruise is a technician whose memory has been wiped for the stability of his mission, and all he does is he fixes drones that are like stopping, that like protect these big hydro vacuums.
Yeah.
So then there's this underground force called the Scavs, who are apparently the people who destroyed the moon. But what actually happened is the moon was destroyed by the evil force that Tom Cruise is working for.
Okay.
But they were on like a mission to the moon, so they cloned Tom Cruise and sent thousands of him down to Earth to destroy all the people that are already there. Thousands of Tom Cruises come out, and he's like this big corporal astronaut guy who like the Earth loves.
Yeah.
And comes down and tries to destroy everyone, whatever. He's created like this little home in this preserved area, which honestly looks like something out of the Rockies. And so he's like got his book collections. He's got a collection of records, like a record player and all this stuff. And
But he's not allowed to have it, right?
he's not allowed to have it. And he goes up and he gives her a flower that he's been growing down on Earth, and she throws it off the side. And she's like, "You know, we can't have that stuff." Turns out there's clones of him. He ends up in the radiation zone. So Morgan Freeman's like, "You'll find what you need to find in your radiation zone," after like smacking him around a bit. He finds this clone of himself who is 52. And anyway, whatever. Completely forgot a whole part. This like ship crashes out of the sky after they find that the Scavs have been sending a signal into space. His crew, like his leftover crew, but he doesn't remember because he's
sleep
just
pods.
a clone.
From, like, the past?
Yeah, so like
okay.
the sleep pods, right? So he goes and he's like, "Oh my god, the droids come."
You guys.
The droids
You'll
come
never
and
guess.
kill 3 of the humans, even though they're humans and the droids aren't supposed to be able to kill people. Like, don't fucking kill them! Pew, pew, pew. There's this lady in there that he's been dreaming about every night. Like, he meets her on the top of the Empire State Building. Turns out it's his wife. She starts bringing back, like, his old memories or whatever. All that fun stuff. The Tetra kills Vicar, and then he finds another Vicar, like, somewhere else, and she's all like, "Hey, I'm in love with you." The Scavs have been creating, like, this nuclear bomb, so he flies the nuclear bomb up to the Tetra and blows it up. 52
Yeah.
finds his wife later.
Yeah.
And that's when I cried.
I was gonna say, how many Tom Cruise couch jumps would you give this?
Couch jumps.
I can't wait to see that.
Only like 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Yeah, like, I mean, you've seen it before.
I've been watching you, Jack. You're curious. What are you looking for in those books? Do they bring back old memories?
You won't get anything from me. My memory's been wiped to protect the
Security of the mission. Yes. You can't have your precious memory falling into the wrong hands now, can you? You just repair drones. Don't go into the radiation zone. Don't ask too many questions. Not part of the job description.
I'll probably cut it down.
You're gonna have to.
So, you know what? I knew that it was going to be predictable. I kind of foresaw that you were going to be able to tell the entire story. But what I liked about it, despite its predictability and despite that there seems to be a lot grabbed from different movies, different sci-fi kind of movies, like he's got a very Neo feel to him. Because they talk about the architects is all, you know, there was 6 different matrices in the past since we started putting flaws into the system, and like there's always an anomaly, right? And so they kind of leave Tom Cruise to be this kind of guy. So what I really enjoyed about it is the design of it. Like things look really, really cool. There's this like tetra shape thing that is everywhere. Like there's the big object in the sky that they show right off the bat, even in the Universal credits. Like,
do they ever explain what the tetra was and who brought it there?
No. Yes and no. Like that's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
They leave you with a lot of questions at the end, despite how predictable it is. It's the journey that's more important, and it's really, like you said, enjoyable to watch.
This is Mission Control. Are you an effective team?
We are an effective team.
I'll buy you 2 a round of drinks when you get up here.
2 more weeks, Jack, and we can finally leave and join the others. Don't take any chances.
There's a cool moment where he's talking to. What's cool is they show that Sally was a real person. She was the NASA mission control on the first mission to the Tetra.
Oh, okay.
And Sally's face and voice and everything has been taken over by this entity as the like mission control from the Tetra.
Yeah.
And so, in fact, that's the entity's name in the movie in the credits. It's
Sally?
just Sally, and it's
Sally.
voiced and acted by this one actress. And like so, even after you realize that there's no humanity whatsoever in this entity, that it's still got Sally's voice talking to Tom Cruise, and it's still creepy and everything.
Yeah.
And she's asking him
Southern
about how
accent.
effective his team is and all that stuff. And because it's not his wife originally, it's it's not his clone wife; it's his actual wife. He says like we're a more effective team, so it's got this really interesting part where like I don't know, it's like a sign of him becoming more, even though he's just despite the fact that he's a clone. What I loved was the architecture of it, of like the Tetra, and everything has this similar shape and everything. And once they go inside, the entity itself has that shape. So I don't know.
You do see the entity?
You do, but the thing is, there's so many questions that are left open. I don't know if if it's like part of a different race that is just collecting these resources, this energy for some sort of purpose, or if that is the ship itself, the Tetra, and this thing controlling it, the AI controlling it, is just the organism in itself, and it's just like it's kind of like a proto Galactus.
Yeah.
Planet to planet to planet, eating, and then it's off again.
Like the cube on the inside. I don't know if you ever saw that. It's like a horror film.
Yeah,
People
totally.
are like stuck in all the cubes, like the moving parts
Canadian.
and stuff. Yeah. It totally reminded me of it when he's like flying into it. I was like, oh, get out.
Cool.
How many?
Oh yeah.
How many?
I'm gonna give it 3 Tetras out of 5.
I have to find a tetra now.
It's very dangerous whenever Jack's on the surface because he's always vulnerable to an ambush.
Thanks for watching Cinephiles. If you have your own thoughts about how Oblivion was, they
still haven't seen it.
About what Oblivion is.
And if you think what your thoughts on Tom Cruise and all these end of the world movies this year, leave it in the comments below, and remember to like the video.
What if it's like not even the end of the world at all? It's just like a totally complete opposite movie.
The beginning of it. And we'll talk about it.
All right.
In the past. Time travel.
We also do a podcast where we talk about movies. We talk about movies and more movies. YMNpodcast.com.
Yeah, we love the movies. We do. Well, you can also check out, apparently there's like some form of the internet after the world ends as well. But right now, well, the world has not ended. Tons of internet. So find us on there. We're at YMNpodcast.com. We're at, you said that. We're at Facebook.com/YMNpodcast, Twitter.com/YMNpodcast, and show at YMNpodcast.com is the clickety-click email.
And don't forget to subscribe, because we're going to be talking about all the awesomely cool movies that you're going to want to be thinking about.
Click on the Dooku man.
Deku, isn't it?
Deku.
End of the world. 3 days.
Destroyed everything.
Yeah.
For this episode of Cinephiles TV Review, I'm Todsky.
I'm Tito.
I'm Steve.
I'm Ashcake.
We'll see you next set. Oh, yeah.